Hello everyone. So in this short video, I want to show you, some basics of how to use this SAS Enterprise Miner through the website. SAS Enterprise Miner, is a commercial software. If you got it, um, you can install it on your local computer or in your company computer. Then you don't have to do this remote access. But because everybody is working from home now, or the whole class, the whole uh, program is moved online. So most people, I believe, don't have the SAS Enterprise Miner installed on their home computer, right? This software alone might cost you, over $2,000 a copy. But I know some people bought it. The university computer lab has like about 50 copy of it. But we're not having in-person class, so you cannot use that software. That's why we have this remote access. SAS does offer this free access on with SAS Enterprise Miner on their cloud, on their server. But sometimes you have to go through certain steps. It basically use a small Java programs to open up a window to connect to the Enterprise Miner running on their server. Sometimes, depending on different factors, you might get a lag. So, or you might get an error message because of the connection. Okay, or because sometimes the server is down, or maybe there are just too many people trying to access it at the same time. Okay, so this is the web page. So I'm assuming that you already enrolled in the course, and when you log in, this is how the dashboard look like. Well, yours might have a fewer items than what I have here, right? But you should have the SAS Enterprise Miner in the middle of the screen. Some people, I think, emailed me about running into issues with SAS Enterprise Miner. It could be either, well, I know some of you might be using a company computer, which does not allow some other program to run without authorization. So that you have to talk to your IT department to authorize you to allow for this small piece of app to program to run in order to communicate with the SAS server. Another common reason is the Java. You might not have Java, or you might have Java that is not the right version. So this program, SAS program, requires a very specific version. So if you look at the screen, there is a configuration step required. So if you click on it, right, so you come to this page. So basically it tells you, how to install Java, how to find the right version of the Java. It depends on your computer, whether it's a PC or it's a Mac. It can be different, right? So you will have to go through those steps, make sure your Java is running correctly. And then from there, okay, if you click on SAS Enterprise Miner, once you have the Java installed, it should download this program, okay? And you download at the lower left corner of my screen. If you click on it, it should start the program. Okay, do you want to run this application? I'll run it. Another thing is sometimes while you're using the SAS, you might not accidentally, you might close it. You just by click on the cross, right, to close it. Sometimes when you close it that way, it might leave. Let me go back to. It might leave a log file it might lock your diagram file that you cannot, next time when we get in, you cannot access your or change your diagram file. So then all you need to do is to clear my project logs. Okay, so it basically just click on this and then click yes. It's going to clear the project logs file. So you should be able to edit your diagram file without any issues, right? So now we have the enterprise miner up and running, right? I'm going to just maximize it. So once you're here, right? So the first thing you do is always you create a project, file, new project, right? So remember, everything you do does not exist on your local computer. It is on the server, right? So so this is on the SAS server. If you click on next. Okay, so project name. So you can just give it any names. Okay, let's say you can name it. I'm gonna name it 1730 summer 2021. Right. You cannot change the SAS server directory. So this is your home folder or home directory, right? So you don't have to change it, or you cannot. So just click next. Okay, that gives you a location, right? And nothing you can change, just finish. Okay, so now you have this project, right? So in this project, if you look at here, this is the name of the project, okay? And then data source, and then diagram. Data source is where we're going to import the data. Diagram is where you're going to create a flow chart to process your data. And the model packages is you have a package you want to upload, you can do it here, just like in R. Okay, so once you set up the project, the next thing is you want to define a library. So library is where you find your data source, right? Remember, all these data sources are existing on the server. So I need to upload whatever file I want you to use in that specific folder, and then you need to make a connection between the library that you name, say Quant1730, to that path, right? So that's what basically what we're doing here. So the easiest way to do this, okay, is to, if you look at here, well, you can do it here, like file, new, and library. Okay, so create a new library. So name, so we're going to call it Quant1730, right? So the path. So the path is in the lecture notes. So if you remember from, let's see, this is the lecture notes. Okay, so this is the lecture notes in week 2, data preparation and introduction to a SAS Enterprise Miner. Okay, so you can find it in the week 2 folder. I believe it's the learning module 1. Okay, on the 3rd page. Okay, so if you really can run, it says it can run the following code in the project start code, right? That's one way of doing it. Okay, but if you look at in this, what's in this code, so here, this is the path on the SAS server where I am using to save all the data set I want you to use. Okay, so you can copy this path, okay, and paste it here. Okay, paste into this. So basically what it does is going to associate this name Quant1730 to this path. Okay, so every time You don't have to like type in this long name, which nobody can remember. All you need to look for is this quant 730. Okay. Okay. Click next and then click finish. Okay, so now you should have that library already set up. The next thing is now you can say you're doing your homework, right? So you need to define a new data source. Okay, you can either do it here, right click to create a data source, or you can do it from here, file, new data source. It's the same thing, right? It's a SAS table, you don't need to change anything. Then next, and then here, the table, if you browse, okay, the quant 730 is already here. Okay, from here, if you look at it, you can see what it does, right? The name of the library is quant 730, but the path is just what you just copy and paste into the path, right? So basically, you're using this path as your library. Okay, if you double click it, so those are all the data I uploaded. So to do the homework, for example, I don't remember exactly what the question is at this moment, but say you can use this, right? Cluster data 2, and then click OK. And then next. No changing here. No changing here. So change the name. You can do it whatever you want to do, right? I don't remember what is the just to follow the questions. I just change it to data 2, next, and then finish. Now you have the data, right? And then you can create a diagram. I'll create diagram name, say homework number 1. So there is your diagram. Okay, so this is where you created the chart. It always starts with the data source. So the first one is you drag this data tool into the diagram. Okay, and then you can go from there.